Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be responding to Aubrey Plaza's Got Milk dairy ad that she did for the dairy industry and what it, is trying to convey and whether it's reasonable and other things. Let's get right into it.
Have you ever looked at a tree and thought, can I drink this? I did.
Yeah, so we have some memeing on the fact that you can create milk out of plants, but I think it's a little bit more weird, I guess, if we want to get all like, what's more weird about milk and plant milks. When you think about how she promotes, looking at a bovine mammal, looking at their udders or their nipples and saying, I wonder if I can suck on this cow's nipples and extract their secretions. Now, what's more weird? Looking at a tree and wondering if you can, create milk out of it, or looking at a cow and wondering if you can extract its secretions by sucking on its nipples? I'm not really sure. Anyway, let's keep going.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Plaza, co-founder of Wood Milk, the world's first and only milk made from wood. Here at Wood Milk Orchards, we're certain that our...
What's cool about this wood milk, although it doesn't exist obviously, is that it probably doesn't require forcibly artificially inseminating animals and, separating mothers from kids. And, again, let's just emphasize what artificial insemination is, especially when it's forced. That is called right? So I'm wondering if any trees are being for this milk. Probably not.
Artisanal wood milk will be the only milk you'll want to drink for the rest of your life. Why? Because I said so. Our wood milk...
Yeah, so we're not really promoting plant milk because we said so. There's probably going to be some sort of environmental and ethical benefits. For example, when you create milk out of plants, you're not having to take a sentient being and separate them from their kids, right? This requires less resources. There's many benefits, not just because I said so.
Milk is bottled right here in the forest where the trees hit the dirt, which locks in the flavors like cherry, maple, and of course mahogany. And if you can't pick your favorite, that's okay, because they all taste like wood. Here's how wood milk is born.
I don't know if there's implications here with she's saying this and she really means that this applies to plant milks. But in case she is, I'm going to be responding as if this is kind of like her idea and the dairy industry's idea of what plant milks are like. Right there, she said, oh, they all taste like wood. They all taste like the same or taste like nothing, whatever. Yeah, they don't. Try soy milk, pea milk, oat milk, almond milk, whatever. They all have quite distinguished taste. They don't all taste the same. And, it says here in the description, wood milk is obviously fake and has 0% nutritional value. Again, I don't know if these are projections of what they think about plant milks, because obviously this is to make fun of plant milks. But if you look at the nutritional value of various milks, including soy milk and oat milk, they're vitamin fortified. There's plenty of nutrients in them. So in case, again, this is all, I'm qualifying all this with saying, if they're trying to make these jokes as almost projections of how they view plant milk, well, obviously these projections are inaccurate.
Not born, exactly. More like squished into a slime that's legal to sell.
Yeah, and who is born are the baby calves that are separated from mothers, and that's entailed in dairy and cow's milk production. So I'd rather have this probably from an ethical perspective than, dairy.
Let's give it a try. Got wood? Is wood milk real? Absolutely not. Only real milk is real. Then what did I invest in?
Yeah, so the implication here is that plant milks are not real milks. But if you look in history, plant milks have actually been around for a long time, even up to the 13th century, possibly even before then. And let's just see what the definition of milk is. Oh, look, right here, we have this definition that applies to mammals. And then look at this, a white juice of certain plants. For example, coconut milk, which, by the way, coconut milk has been around for a while too, and was used in plenty of foods prior to this whole plant milk phenomenon coming out, right? And the dairy industry never seemed to really have a problem with it, but now that they have a competitor, they're upset about it. Wonder if they're motivated by money, who knows? But yeah, back to the video. It's certainly real milk by definition. Plant milk, of course. And even this wood milk, if it was even real.
Will wood milk cause paper cuts in my mouth? Yes and no. Drinking wood milk is an experience unlike any other. You'll probably feel a tingling sensation and a small pinch in your mouth. But this is nothing to worry about, and it is simply your taste buds awakening.
Hilarious. Let's see what the next one is.
Do I have to worry about getting termites in my tummy? The short answer is no. The long answer is maybe.
Hilarious, dude. Let's see the next one.
Do I have to keep it refrigerated? Yes, but only because of the smell. Otherwise, you can keep it at room temp. But remember, it's extremely flammable.
This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Can I drink this? Oh my God. The look in your eye, it's throwing me off. Is it edible? Do we have a medic? For what? Got wood.
Dude, so funny. Is your milk real, as in does it come from the traditionally extremely unethical source? Yeah, so maybe by real milk they just mean, does your milk come from the usual traditional unethical means, like mother cows being separated from their young, mother cows being forcibly artificially inseminated over and over and over so they can continuously produce milk so that we can steal it? I don't really know, because if that's the case, then yeah, I don't want my milk to be real milk, if that's your definition of real milk. Oh, and then there's this post that says 10,000 trees planted, and it says this is not a joke. And then they say wood milk isn't real, but planting 10,000 trees with one tree planted is very real. And then somebody puts what I was going to say. 10,000 trees planted isn't going to do shit about the billions of trees cut down for the dairy production annually. Now, I don't know if it's billions of trees, but I support the general point here. It's weird that they're talking about planting trees when the amount of land cleared for dairy is just insane. Let's go ahead and actually look at that real quick. Yeah, so look at this chart. We have land use with dairy being the highest when compared to oat milk, soy milk, almond milk, and rice milk, which are some of the many milks that this wood milk, fake satire thing was meant to make fun of. Yet we go back to the post and they're talking about planting trees. And just to be clear, I think that what they're talking about is the trees planted when you buy one of their shirts or something. And somebody actually said here, which is pretty funny, the print on my Got Wood shirt looks super flaky and smells like straight up chemicals, which is a little ironic considering that these people, condemn plant-based milks because of all the chemicals in them. And now the shirts they're sending out might be, I don't really know. I mean, they could be just filled with a bunch of crazy chemicals. So a little bit ironic if that's true, but whatever. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Really, you just got to wonder why these advertisements weren't there when coconut milk was used, back in the 90s and way earlier. And yeah, just to be clear, plant milks were not just a thing that started in the 21st century. They've existed for a long time. The only reason that dairy is now so salty about it is because plant milks are starting to take away some of their revenue. Get fucked. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you support my work and want to get early access to it, you can click the link in the pinned comment and support me on Patreon. And if you don't know, I do have a book going over most, if not all, of the anti-vegan arguments you can hear online. If you want to get that as well, that'll be linked in the pinned comment. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Dude.
Fuck off. I don't want anything to do with you. Don't ever speak to me again. You're a fucking piece of shit.
Even vegans don't get your weird, stupid wannabe sense of irony here. Who is your audience? Nobody gets these dumb jokes. Dude,